Hey, Fran, how are you?
Good.
Good. What was the kind of the discussions like this week with you and Connor after his injury, and when did you kind of know that he was going to play, and then of course to come in and play as well as he did? What did he mean for the team, throughout the course of this game?
He's just such a critical component to just making everything work. He provides a level of toughness. He moves it. Defensively, he's always communicating. He's always helping the young guys. I can't say enough about all the great things he does. With regard to the beginning part of your question, uh, I felt pretty good uh, that he was going to play on Thursday, pretty much after our last game. Uh, he has sprained his ankle before. He really tried to run it off in the back at Rutgers, and he just couldn't do it. And I think he felt like if he had tried to, it would hurt our team, and we had other guys playing well. So, he took Sunday, he took Monday, came back in practice Tuesday and Wednesday to play Thursday. He said, just know that I'll be ready. And I think it makes everybody feel better. It was great to have him out there. So proud of him.
Mike Kloss.
You had a 20-0 run in the first half with primarily with 4 players off the bench and Connor. What got that done? And what kind of a defense were you playing? Just talk about the whole thing, if you would.
Yeah, we went to the zone, Mike, and the zone was active. And we were challenging their shooters, and I think guarding their drivers. They'll drive the ball against the zone just like they do man. Very good at that. But I thought our activity level and our length enabled us to kind of get going a little bit. We got some fast break opportunities. It was fun to watch those young guys perform as well as they did, but I think it all started with the energy level that they played with. And then, the more stops we got, the more energy they got, and the bench was so into the game. I'm so proud of the guys that were taken out, the way they responded to that group that was in there, just like at the start of the second half, Mike, where the first group did so well and the other guys were into the game and supporting those guys. And that's kind of what this team has to be.
Chad Leistikow.
Yeah, just following up there on Mike's question. When you see the guys, roar with such approval to the bench, I mean, really responding to the bench on the bench, and then, charge after Keegan after he makes that half-ending layup. I mean, what is that? Do you express your emotions when you see that kind of camaraderie?
Well, Chad, it's the best feeling in the world as a coach. When you see your teammates loving up the guys that are doing well and encouraging them. And they do it if he makes a mistake, too. If any of those guys make mistakes, they're just as encouraging, and that's what great teammates do. You don't want to see guys over there pouting or anything like, we just don't have that. Those guys are jumping and screaming and high-fiving and chest bumping. And I think, in a year where there's nobody in the stands, it's even more important that you have your brothers supporting you like that.
Tom Kakert.
Fran, I know these are business trips for you guys, but with everything going on in the world where you guys were landing yesterday, did you say anything to the team about it? Did you guys talk about what was going on in D.C.? And, Luka's from there. It's certainly a big deal.
It was reprehensible, what happened. I mean, I could go on really, really heartbreaking. Now we landed, of course, in Maryland. We haven't been in D.C. And it was a business trip. The only thing we did, there was a police car at our hotel, and we just said, stay in, stay safe, because, like you said, Tom, we didn't really know what happened. We didn't know, so we kind of got the information. I thought it was great that the players decided to kneel at the jump ball, and then kneel, the teams on the side knelt too, right at the jump ball. But after a while, you get tired of kneeling, you get tired of talking about it. what happened yesterday just can't happen in our country. And I think one of the things we always talk about is at least we have conversation, but conversation has to turn into action. And fortunately, more and more people are recognizing the changes that have to take place. We all wish it would take place quicker, but it's going to take place. It's going to happen because decent people want it to happen.
Michael Oss, go ahead.
I feel a little silly asking a basketball question after that. I thought that was well said, but the way that you guys have played on the road twice within a week, describe the gratification you must get from that.
It takes a certain focus, Mike, to understand how good the teams are in this league, and they're all different. So you're dealing with travel, but you're dealing with a new game plan, and a couple of guys didn't play well at the start. Well, other guys did. Then the other guys played well when I put them back in. They know they're going to go back in. We've had different lineups on the floor, but it starts with a focus and concentration that's necessary to go on the road in this league and perform well, consistently well. Not that we expect perfection. We were better tonight than we were on Saturday in terms of execution, but we executed when we had to. And obviously, every night in this league is an example of that. We'll have to continue to do that starting on Sunday.
Chad Leistiko?
It's not like you to call 2 timeouts that quick in the first half. What in particular was bothering you and about what you saw out there?
I thought we were a little casual. Now, we did have some good looks early that didn't go, but I thought our defense was casual. If your shots aren't going, that's fine. Unless you're taking bad shots. I thought we took good shots. They didn't go in. We usually had a wide open 3. He makes it 7 times out of 10 when he's open like that. He didn't make it. Okay, let's go back and guard people. We didn't do that. And that is the recipe for timeout. Get on them, timeout again. All right, we're making some changes. And then learn from it. I didn't scream and yell and ridicule. It was, we need better. And we got better. And then we got better again. We had a fresh group start the second half. And it's a tremendous feeling as the coach to have this kind of depth.
All right, thanks, Coach. Anything else for Coach McCaffery? All right, thank you, Coach.
The gate, just what does it mean for you to get a win here in the DMV?
It means the world. It took me 3 tries. Credit to Maryland. They're really good at home, and they're a great team and in a great place. And I'm really excited that I was able to finally get it done here and bring one home from the DMV. I got a lot of family around here, a lot of friends. This is, kind of the place that, kind of raised me into the player I am. So, it was definitely very exciting to be able to win here, at a storied program, like Maryland is.
David Eichholt?
Yeah, Luka, how were you guys able to turn up the defensive intensity? I think they got off to a 17-7 start, putting the bench guys. But what you guys were able to do, I guess, how did you guys kind of string together that giant run in the midway through the first half?
I think, we got to that timeout, and our bench just had so much energy. They brought it to the timeout. Coach was honest, but we just had, a lot of positive energy. We got a lot of guys that, didn't even play. Austin Nash, Nico Hobbs, Michael Bear, Josh Agundale, and you couldn't hear nothing but them on the defensive end. They were helping us out, calling out things, and that gave us some momentum. And credit to the guys who came in there, Patrick, Keegan, Joe T. They were able to just, corral and be great and get steals and get out and run. And when we're able to get stops and go and run, that's when we're at our best. Our run game is hard to guard, and especially after you miss a shot and you're frustrated, and that's when we hurt you. So, credit to Maryland, they came out and were really moving the ball. They had a lot of energy to start the game. They had a good game plan. They were trying to frustrate me and double team me, and they were able to knock down some shots. But I'm glad that our team was able to bounce back and make a run of our own.
Tom Kakert.
Luka, DC's home for you. Everything that went on yesterday, what were your thoughts, and did it make it difficult for you to kind of focus on the game initially?
It was it was definitely disturbing and upsetting to see the city I'm from, to see that happen in the city I'm from, and it's just I have friends and family who were protesting all summer, and rubber bullets, tear gas, a whole bunch of stuff, and people got hurt, and I know people that got hurt, I know people that got arrested, so it's obviously frustrating to see that, and I think there was a lot of terrible things, and I'm just I'm proud of everybody that played today, even their side, to be able to battle through that and come to this game. We're blessed to have the game of basketball, and for me, I had one goal of coming here, and that was to win a basketball game, but obviously that was it was upsetting to see for anybody, but much less me being from this area. So I'm definitely glad we got the win. I'm just obviously disturbed that happened, and it was it was so many negative effects. I was going to see my family last night, and because of everything that happened, there were curfews in my area, and my family couldn't even leave. So I wasn't able to see my mother, and that's obviously not the main focus. Everything that happened is obviously way worse than that. But it's just there was just a lot of negative things from that. But I put it behind me and knew the main focus here. And it's my third trip here, and I wanted to leave successful.
Chad Leistiko.
Hey, Luka, when your bench guys get going like that, does it actually kind of free you guys up too? And do you think what was the message that Fran was sending during those early timeouts to you guys?
He said we needed a lot more energy. We weren't moving around, we weren't flying around, we weren't aware where our guys were. We were slow to get everywhere, and those guys came in and brought a lot of energy. And we were just so aware defensively in the second half. We were able to just get a lot of steals and frustrate them in our zone and our man, whatever it was. Our team just did a great job of bouncing back and having some energy on that end. And, we know, like I said, when we get stopped and run out, we're a hard team to guard. So it was definitely good for us to get out in transition, and I think that broke the game open.
Scott Docterman.
Yeah, Luka, when you look at what Connor McCaffery was able to do after, just a few days after his, I guess 5 days after his ankle injury, he had 10 assists, no turnovers, 5 rebounds. What does he mean to this team? Not just statistically, but maybe intangibly, because he just seems to be the grit and the glue in some cases for you guys.
Yeah, man, a guy like that is all heart and soul. He's so tough. I've seen him battle through, so many injuries. And I think when you look at our team, we got a lot of guys like that have taken injuries, have gotten hurt and pushed through it and are able to come out and make some great performances. So, and I've said this a million times, he's the best, post-entry passer I've ever played with. And he makes the job easy for me. He's patient. He waits for me. I might not have it at first, and I'm able to get my body to the guy, and then I have it. And he's able to wait for me and be patient and give me the ball at the right times. And me and him, we were talking last night about how we're going to attack, their offense, and how we're going to be able to play the two-man game. And I'm really, I'm really lucky to have a player like that on our team. He's the man.
Tom Kakert.
I didn't have a question, Steve.
Okay, good. Anyone else? Questions for Luka? All right. Thanks, Luka. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Go Hawks.
Jordan, what is it about Xfinity Arena that you love shooting there? You seem to hit 3 balls fairly easily there than a lot of places, but it just seems to fall for you there.
I guess it's just something about the East Coast. I just love shooting here for some reason. But last time I came here was my sophomore year when I played. I was able to make the trip last year when we lost, but last time I was here was my sophomore year, and if you guys don't remember, that was just a crazy game. I think coach got ejected, and I had a lot of turnovers and just didn't play as best as I could. So I think thinking back to that game, that kind of gave me a little extra edge coming back here. And thinking back what I did my freshman year, knowing I can play really well here, and my guys were just finding me tonight, and I was able to hit some shots.
Scott Docterman, go ahead.
Yeah, Jordan, what kind of impact does Connor have on this team? I mean, tonight he had 10 assists, 5 rebounds, made a couple of shots. Just seems like that he, in some ways, is kind of the glue, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a worker, and he knows he has a high basketball IQ. And anytime you have a guy out there that just knows how to play the game of basketball, it's going to benefit your team greatly. And we missed him when he went out against Rutgers, and we rallied behind that and had guys step up. But we knew when he came back to this game that we're just going to get right back to our flow. And we started out slow, but we got hot mid first half, going in the second half, and just never let back. But he's just a phenomenal teammate and someone you greatly appreciate when you're on the team with him.
David Eicholt, go ahead.
Yeah, Jordan, how are you guys able to turn around the defensive intensity after the first 6 minutes? What did Coach kind of say to you after he put in the bench in?
Yeah, I mean, it was just trying to get some stops together, and we were letting guys drive by us, and it was getting frustrating. A couple of times that they got some open shots by guys driving past us, and guys were having to help. So once we were able to calm down a little bit and realize, we're playing against a team that loves to drive, that once we're able to really stop them in transition and stop them getting the penetration of the basket, that it was going to help greatly.
Further questions for Jordan? Anyone else? Go ahead, David.
Yeah, Jordan, I guess what's it say for just about your team, the way the bench came in? I mean, young guys, they're coming in with a double-digit deficit, but what they were able to do, I mean, just how impressed are you with just the younger guys coming in, being able to do what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic. We have guys that are able to step up, and they all know their roles. And that's what's so great about this team. We have a lot of guys that just know their roles and are willing to sacrifice other things in their game. And when they come in, they're just doing whatever they can to try to get the win. And that's really amazing being, a fifth year here and seeing these young guys come in a big class, and they're all buying in to what we're trying to do here. And they didn't really expect to, play a lot or didn't know if they're going to get thrown in at all this year. And, for them to step up, it shows, the kind of character they have and, the work ethic they have.
Scott Docterman, go ahead.
Yeah, Jordan, I know your brother's more the history political guy, but I mean, to be where you are and to fly into what took place yesterday into that area, I mean, what's kind of your general thoughts about the day, not the political side of things, but just, the area that you're in? I mean, were you thinking about it when you flew in yesterday? Were you thinking about it today, what took place in that area?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to, and realizing the rich history there is at the Capitol and everything that's, all the history that's occurred here. And I didn't really try to think about too much, just try to keep my head and focus on basketball. But, Daryl Marcel and the Maryland team reached out to me before the game and, extended a text out and just asked if we'd be willing to kneel before the tip-off. And I talked to my guys, and, a lot of us were okay with doing that. So that's what we ended up doing, and I thought that was really important and really powerful, knowing that we're really close to the nation's capital, and kind of make a message that way.
And Chad Lystico?
Hey, Jordan, I'm sorry if this is a repeat question. I got in late, but you had I have a good history here at Maryland. Were you thinking about any of that before the game when you were warming up, knowing you had 8 threes here 4 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. My strength coach, Coach Maxwell, came up to me. He's like, what you did here freshman year, you got to be able to get to 7-8 again. I was like, man, if I'm feeling it, I'm gonna shoot it. But I wasn't getting a lot of looks in the first half, and my guys just kept telling me to try to get open, and they're gonna find me. And I got a couple transition threes, and then just kind of got off and running in the second half. And that's what's so special about this team. We just have so many guys that can step up at certain points of the game. I really didn't have to contribute that much in the first half, and then in the second half, I was able to start finding my shot.
And one more question for Jordan. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, Jordan, I apologize. I'm asking this directly after the win, but you guys get Minnesota on Sunday. I mean, just how much are you guys kind of chomping at the bit to want to get back at them after what happened on Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a game we marked on our calendar, and obviously we don't want to try to look ahead to games and take one game more than the other. But you know, we thought we had them at their place and we let it slip away. And we got a lot of energy coming in this game, and we need to keep fighting if we want to keep have the season that we want to have. And this is the next step forward, is try to figure it out for a full 40 minutes and, you know, try to do what we can to get the win against Minnesota.